We're doing well. We're
Thanks.
just recapping this game against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Obviously, they want to pick up 2 points. They pick up one. Fantelli, nice little berry there from Nobleton. It always gets me going every time. A local product steps up to the plate at Scotiabank Arena. But what was your takeaway from that OT loss?
Well, there was certainly a better effort, the last couple games, and I think that's all you can ask for at this point. They've made a lot of changes, and as you guys are talking about, there's been a lot of injuries. The goaltending, without Wall there to split games, maybe a little bit more with Stolarz, that put maybe a little bit too much pressure on him physically. Now, I think he's going to be out for a little bit longer, but it's a better effort, and I guess that's all you can really ask for at this point.
Yeah, and it's kind of odd because, through that tumultuous end of October, beginning of November, the play, that's all anyone was looking for was that effort. And then lo and behold, sometimes it seems like it takes them to be depleted and have their back against the wall for them to realize, oh man, we're going to have to give a monster effort tonight to be in this game. And then they play a more solid hockey game, more Berube hockey, and they're in it a little bit more, even though they didn't get both points. Is that kind of frustrating to you, or do you take it as a positive that they can dig deep and find that?
Yeah, you have to take it as a positive. I think, from right from the get-go, obviously the gaping hole that Marner's left, nobody's going to come in and fill that with new players means new chemistry. And, it takes time when there's injuries, like you were just saying before, when you're trying different line combinations all the time, and maybe with the lack of games in the preseason, this is going to be kind of the new norm where I've never seen teams start so slow. Like, you look around the whole division, the league, and it's not the kind of hockey we're used to seeing right from the beginning of the season. And then add in the changes and add in maybe a new type of system. I think Chief wants to play. So it's kind of like training camp in a sense, but the effort wasn't there early, and they're paying for it. Jobs are up for grabs, and when you're not on the inside, you don't really know what's going on. So, but from watching where we watch from, you can tell they're trying to make things work, but they don't have anything solid in place yet.
As somebody who played the position, what's your thought on the blue line right now? Obviously, it's been a mixed bag. As a team in general, not to place it just on the blue line, it's been a work in progress, I would say, this season. But what have you seen from the blue line, and what gives you the expectation they could figure this out too?
I like this Stetcher kid. He seems like he's adding a little bit of speed. Sometimes when you get bigger, you get a little bit slower sometimes. I'm not saying that they're slow individually, but maybe as a group. And again, it's change for anybody that's coming in, anybody new that's coming in. You're playing a new system. It takes some time to figure it out. You've got a new partner. Their D has been adequate. Have they been great? Probably not, but again, it's going to take a little bit of time.
And you mentioned their start not being there. So many times throughout this season, we expected a big response from the group and just flat out didn't have it. Like, you know what a pregame routine is like. You got the whole day to focus and prepare solely for the drop of the puck, and to not have it so many times with this group. Like, if you're Craig Berube, what's the best way in your mind to get that group to be ready when the puck drops?
Well, he doesn't have a crystal ball. He doesn't know if guys aren't going to put the effort in. It's solely on the player. The coach The coach, this guy is a good communicator. He was a very good teammate. He just expects an honest game from you, and that means you get yourself ready, no matter what line you're on, no matter how much time you're playing. That's your responsibility as a professional. Hockey's the same as when we were kids. It's, you know, it's one-on-one battles all over the ice, and that's what you need to know going into the game. I think coaching structure is there for when one-on-one battles are lost, but it clearly looked like they weren't fast enough or not willing enough the first number of games. I'm not going to say every game. The last two games, after he's actually cracked the whip through the media, they've responded in a better way. Have they figured it out? Well, they don't. Like I said before, they're not filling the big hole, but the guys that are there have to realize, you can't let uh, many games go by where you're not. Every game you got to give her. So they didn't. The last couple of games they've been way better.
The big thing for me, guys, has been the crease being solidified a bit here. I think Joseph Wall has made some really, really good stops in the first 3 games here since coming back, making his season debut. Gary, as a former player, how much belief can a hot goalie actually inject into a fragile team the way the Maple Leafs have been so far this season?
Well, it could very well start with a goaltender standing on his head and showing guys, this is what we need to play desperate hockey, and I'm doing my best, and you can really uh, get a great feeling off not just your goaltender, but anybody that is superseding what you're expecting. You just look at how John Tavares has acted as a leader on this team. Whether he has a C or not, he's the leader as far as what he's doing night after night. And it shouldn't matter, whether you've got a letter on your jersey or not. And you shouldn't have to follow that. But that's a great example if you're not following it. So it's up to everybody individually, and they've got pieces. They're a good team. They need to work hard every night and make it matter more than it's appeared.
And looking forward to Saturday night. They go to the Bell Center to face the Canadiens. You've played for both franchises and understand the weight of that rivalry. What are you looking to see out of both teams with the Montreal Canadiens kind of stutter stepping a little bit here recently? What are you looking for out of Saturday night?
Well, there's nothing like Toronto and Montreal going at it on a Saturday night in Canada, and I'm expecting the I'm expecting both teams to rise to the occasion, enjoy it. It's a great rivalry, and I'm sure Montreal will the fans will make that place electric, and Rosie, as you played when you're in other barns that are very energetic, it's contagious to the away team too. So the Leafs have to use that, and I expect a great game.
Yeah, that's exactly why right after the show, I'm driving down to Montreal. I'm not going to miss that game, man. Bell Center. I know the Habs are banged up. Jake Evans leaves that game last night as well. It's going to be the Marlies against the Rocket. But I think you're going to see some desperation here, Gary, because I think you look at this Maple Leafs team. We talked everything about losing points to start the season. They got to start to build momentum. So with that in mind, Craig Berube, of course, you talked about it, your former teammate. What's the messaging in the room as they move forward here? Obviously very depleted still.
Well, it's opportunity, guys. There's an opportunity here. It's one step at a time. It's one game at a time. It's one shift at a time. And we can't look. Let's not. Let's stay focused on our challenge here. And tonight's challenge is the Montreal Canadiens. We expect this from them, and this is what we have to do to counter that, or we have to, take the play to them. And So, you're not in the dressing room getting the message. We aren't, but it's pretty simple. Just be ready, and I think they can. I think they can build off a win in Montreal. I think they're already on that path right now. The last couple of games, I think they're probably feeling that the heat's a little bit less because of the effort. And if you're honest with yourself, you're going to feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Now, from training camp until now, I think it's been kind of shocking for a lot of people that follow this team. They didn't expect them to be in this position, not far away from a playoff spot in some ways, but they've also got some help from this division as well, and they're not that far out of it. After the disastrous start, what's your prediction? Do these guys get it together and make the playoffs?
I think they do. I was quite surprised to see the effort more than anything, or the lack of. I knew there was going to be a big change in losing who I figured was their. If he wasn't their best player, he was definitely in one of the best players in the league, and that's a big change. That's a big loss, but there's opportunity now, and they have very good goaltending if they can stay healthy. And the new pieces, when they get used to their new surroundings and teammates and what's expected, I believe that with the lack of competition right now in their division, it would have been nice that they took advantage of it to this point, but I still believe that they have what it takes to get to the playoffs.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.